Oasis Audio presents Sugarcreek Surprise by Wanda E. Brunstetter. Read for you by Rebecca Gallagher. Prologue. Walnut Creek, Ohio. Lois Troyer took a seat at the kitchen table to read the letters she had received this morning from her newspaper column, Dear Caroline. The antique store she and her husband Orley owned was closed for the day, and Orley had gone fishing with his friend Lester. The house was quiet, and this was the perfect time for her to get some of the letters answered and sent back to the newspaper for publication. Lois took a sip of peppermint tea, then slit open the envelope on top of the pile. Dear Caroline, she read out loud. My granddaughter is 25 years old and has never had a serious boyfriend. Whenever a young man takes an interest in her, she pulls away. I am concerned about her because she works all the time and has a limited social life. I have tried to coax her into doing more social things, but to no avail. Is there anything I can do to help her? Worried Grandma. Lois pursed her lips. Now, how should I respond to this letter? Chapter 1. Sugarcreek, Ohio. Lisa Miller rubbed her chilly arms against September's nippy breeze as she stood on the front porch of the Amish schoolhouse, ready to greet her young students, ages 6 to 10. The view from where she stood looked beautiful this time of the year, encompassing the resting farmlands surrounding the one-room schoolhouse. In the distance, trees had started turning gold, and the intense morning light made them appear to have a gilded glow. While Lisa breathed in the crisp air, she glanced at the neatened lawn in the schoolyard that was still being mowed weekly. It wouldn't be too many more weeks before winter would be upon them, and then the task of mowing would be finished for the year. When Yvonne Yoder, the teacher who taught the higher grades, rang the bell, all the children from grades 1 to 8 filed into the building. Lisa smiled as each one came past. Good morning, she said cheerfully. Clear Marie, teacher. 6-year-old Nancy Burkholder looked up at Lisa and grinned. Wir haben unser Mittagessen mitgenommen, said her twin brother Nathan as he held up his lunch pail. Lisa nodded and spoke to the siblings in English because it was important for all Amish children to learn a second language in their early years of school. Yes, I see that you carried your dinner, Nathan. Now, both of you should put your lunch pails away, take off your wraps, and be seated at your desk. The twins nodded and went obediently inside. Keeping her smile in place, Lisa greeted the rest of the students, then stepped inside behind the last one and shut the door. What a privilege it was to be teaching at this school. Each of the pupils she taught filled her life with such joy. She couldn't imagine doing anything else. Since Lisa had no plans of getting married, she hoped she'd be able to teach right here at this school for a good many years. Although she'd had no formal training, Lisa, like all young Amish women chosen to teach at a one-room Amish schoolhouse, had been an excellent scholar back when she'd attended this school. How fortunate she felt to have been chosen by the school board to teach here 7 years ago. The time had gone quickly, and she'd enjoyed every year. After Lisa stepped into the main part of the schoolhouse, she was pleased to see that each of the children now sat at their desk with hands folded. Yvonne took her place at the front of the room and read a portion of scripture from the Bible. Following that, everyone stood to recite the Lord's Prayer. Afterward, Lisa led the students in singing a few songs. She enjoyed this part of the day so much, not just in the pleasure of singing herself, but in listening to the children's blended voices as they sang with enthusiasm. Although school
Sample complete. Ready to continue?